Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we are talking about why your childhood procrastination is holding back your social media grants and YouTube monetization. You got to take yourself to the next level. This is Be Your Best University. I am Michael Afwani X, taking you to the next level with that truth, that divine, the divinity, that truth that's going to take you to the highest vibration, right? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And this probably is also applying to your divine marriages. Again, we're talking to divine masculines in this season about how to get divine feminines in a divine marriage together, right? To be in unison with their divine feminines, right? So tap into, because this same thing that's the childhood procrastination that's holding back your social media grants is also holding back your YouTube monetization and your divine marriage. So it all applies. So make sure you also check out that video for more background on how to take yourselves or not to go tit for tat specifically in your divine marriages. Because we know a lot of brothers are going tit for tat and you shouldn't do that. So again, welcome back or welcome front. Today we're diving into a topic that might hit home for a lot of you, and it's about childhood procrastination, right? So it could be keeping you from seizing opportunities in your social media grants and monetizing your YouTube channel. So you can't let that happen anymore, right? You can't let that happen anymore. So you're speaking to your boy Michael Ofwani Legal Group. We take things next level. I'm in business with my wifey, and we have a divine marriage. And so our divine marriage is what allows us to have this conversation with you today. You hear my son in the background. He's talking that truth. He's always talking that wisdom. Why? Because that's exactly what we've trained him to do. If you raise a child up in the way that he should go, watch him do it forever, right? And watch him be divinity. So I watched my dad work, and so now it's the same thing that's taking root, right? So procrastination is also something that took root, though, in our childhood stages that we must unroot in order to take ourselves to the next level. So understanding your procrastination and its root is number one, and that's the key. So what's the definition of procrastination, right? So what exactly is it? It's the act of delaying or postponing or holding off, or maybe after this nap or maybe later, and something many of us struggle with. Many times it stems from a perfectionism or early habits formed in childhood and often linked to the fear of failure, fear of success, perfectionism, or lack of motivation. Lack of motivation. Gotta make sure the youngin, you know, no, don't mess up the recording. Don't mess up the recording. Don't mess up the recording. Right? You got to be able to raise the child up in the way that you need him to go, because this very same activity that he does outside, he also does inside, right? Interrupts when people are speaking, not knowing that you need to listen, because he won't learn to speak if he's not listening. He's trying to talk, but he all he knows is goo goo ga, right? So it's not what you know that hurts you; it's what you don't know. The fact that you don't know what to say, but you're talking, doesn't make sense. You should listen better. So that means don't talk and listen, right? Because this is the key. These are the things that took root in our childhood stages, right? So many times it stems from early habits formed in childhood, often linked to fear of failure, perfectionism, or lack of motivation. So what are those childhood influences that we got to talk about, right? So think back to your childhood, right? As we examine my own son's childhood. Were you ever told to complete tasks perfectly or faced criticism for mistakes? These early experiences can shape our mindset towards tasks and responsibilities, leading us to avoid them, especially when they seem daunting or overwhelming. So that same energy stems into our creation process. So just to create this video for you, even though I had the script already created, even though I already had the mindset or the direction I wanted to take it, it was still hard to sit down and get it right, because you have to have all the things to align. You have to have all the sounds in place and make sure that not enough sounds are being made, right? Because sometimes people don't realize the sound or the importance of sound. And so we have to teach them. We have to show them the right way. We have to show them the right way to do this, right? So maybe you remember avoiding homework or putting off chores or similar patterns that can emerge in your adult life when it comes to managing your online presence and exploring monetization options on platforms like YouTube, right? So you've thought about that, right? So you got to think about those examples, those things that have held you back, right? Uh, it's the same, because how we do anything is how we do everything, right? If we haven't gotten out of that mode as a youth, it's going to be hard to do it as an adult, right? So the impact on your current goals, right? What does this look like? So now that we've established what procrastination is and its root, let's explore how it impacts your ability to secure grants and monetize your social media efforts, right? Because that's really what this is ultimately about, right? You being able to monetize your efforts, you being able to take your things to the next level, you being able to be rewarded for the effort that you put out, right? And the way for you to be rewarded for the effort that you put out is by giving good information to people, right? The better that you give good information to people, the better you'll be able to transform their life, right? So think back to your childhood. Were you ever told to complete tasks perfectly or face criticisms, right? Think back to that, right? Because ultimately, this is what you hold in your head as you try to complete this task now. So you got to address yourself, right? You got to impact or know the importance of goals, right? You got to have SMART goals specifically, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely goals, right? If there aren't specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, then it's going to be much harder to get that. So now that we've established what procrastination is and its root, let's explore how it impacts your ability to secure grants and monetize your social media efforts. So the direct links to social media and YouTube opportunities, right? So there's so many missed opportunities when you procrastinate. You're likely letting potential opportunities slip away. For instance, apply for grants on social media platform requires timely submission, research, and proactive efforts. If procrastination prevents you from acting, you risk missing out on critical funding, on crucial funding. So your YouTube monetization challenges, right? The same goes for YouTube monetization. Building a channel takes consistency and dedication. If you delay creating content or optimizing your channel, you hinder your progress towards that coveted monetization threshold, right? So we got to take our next level of monetization. So we're monetized on Facebook and monetized on Instagram. Our next monetization key, and we're monetized on TikTok as well through our shop. Our next key right now is being monetized on YouTube, right? So this is our day one of our streaming challenge. We've already streamed our first two videos. This is our third video to complete the challenge. The goal is at least three minimum a day. Three minimum a day, right? 10 to 20 minute videos is the goal, right? So YouTube offers a grant for creators, but if you're not actively putting out those content, you will miss the wave, right? So this is a wave coming in 2025, right? You see a whole new wave of creators, right? Because they are understanding that we're stepping into another portal, another online portal similar to what we did in 2020, where technologies will be moving more rapidly and be experienced at a higher rate. So we'll have more people introduced, right? So this extends to affiliate marketing too. So if you're not staying organized or managing your affiliations proactively, you might miss partnerships or valuable promotions that could yield income. Procrastination can cause you to overlook important deadlines or opportunities to collaborate. So you got to transition from overcoming procrastination and seize these opportunities, right? We got to seize these opportunities. Seizing opportunities is what takes us to the next level. Seizing these opportunities is what takes us to the next level. The more that we seize things to the opportunity, the more that we'll have for us as we experience life. So now that we've explored the repercussions, the good news is that you can combat procrastination and enhance your path to monetization and grants. So let's discuss some strategies, right? You listening? I'm talking this for you, son. You gotta monetize your strategies straight off. So point three, effective strategies to combat procrastination, right? So you gotta create clear goals. Clear goals for you. How do you know you've achieved your goals is the question to ask yourself. How do you know you've achieved them? So start by defining clearly what you want to achieve with your YouTube channel, right? Start with that social media presence. Start with already thinking about writing down those goals. The more that you write down those goals, the quicker you get to that objective, right? The quicker you get to that objective, whether it's securing grants, monetizing channel, establishing affiliate partnerships, create a content schedule, develop a content calendar to hold yourself accountable, schedule specific days and times for brainstorming, filming, and editing. Having the structure reduces the chances of procrastination because you have a clear path, a plan to follow. So break tasks into smaller steps. Instead of viewing tasks as overwhelming, break them down. You got to break them down into smaller, manageable chunks, manageable pieces, right? How do you eat a elephant one bite at a time, right? Or how do you eat a burger one bite at a time? Or vegan burger, alkaline burger, one bite at a time. For example, rather than saying I need to make a video, I heard somebody say, why would you do that? And yeah, see, listen, that's why you need this channel, because you need to turn vegan, because that's the next thing we about to drop. We're about to drop our vegan information, because we got that truth y'all gotta hear. So I need to make a video, right, that says, for example, today I will brainstorm these 3 video topics, right? For example, this makes getting started less intimidating and will encourage you to take action, right? So this is better than saying, instead of viewing tasks overwhelming or just saying like, hey, I need to make a video, right? Just generally, you say, I need to make specific topics, right? Break it down, right? Break it down. So excuse me, use accountability tools. Find an accountability partner for a group. So this is my son right here, is my accountability partner, right, Sonny? Taking us to the next level. Share your goals with someone who can help you keep you on track, whether it's friends or fellow creators. Having someone to check in with you can motivate you to overcome procrastination. So celebrate those small wins. Finally, acknowledge your progress. You gotta clap yourself up. You gotta clap yourself up. You gotta know you can do it. if you're not clapping yourself up, I'm telling you, it's going to be so much harder to do it. Why? Because this is just how life works. If you are not that number one person in your corner, it's not going to be much people in your corner because you're supposed to be the one in other people's corner. Furthermore, it's your content that they're waiting for that's going to transform their life. So if it's not motivational, if it's not transforming your life, if you're not able to celebrate with them, if you're not able to use that momentum that takes you to the highest level, then it's not going to be a easy task, right? You got to be patient with your goals. You got to be patient with the way that you make yourself whole, right? Don't just waste don't just waste opportunities. Make sure you time your opportunities, right? Because you can turn your opportunities into great fortune if you time it right. So completing tasks creates a momentum that makes it easier to tackle bigger challenges. So in summary, childhood procrastination can hold you back from searching grants and monetizing your efforts on YouTube and social media. By understanding its roots and implementing effective strategies, you can overcome these habits and unlock your full potential. So unlock your full potential. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification, right, for more valuable insights. Let's tackle procrastination together, and let's not let it hold back your relationship, your monetization of your channel, and your grant channel, right? Let's not let it hold it back. Let this video be what takes you to the next level. If you really liked it, share this to somebody else you know who needs to monetize themselves and take themselves over that procrastination hurdle. On love, our land. Yeah.